Hey guys, what's going on? Back in our video. Today's a little bit something different. As many of you guys know, I'm a huge Transformers fan. Been a huge Transformers fan my whole life. I've been collecting a lot of the Siege War for Cybertron. I guess I shouldn't say a lot. I've completed all the retail releases for the Siege War for Cybertron series so far. I've been unboxing them and just kind of reviewing and going over them on the channel for fun. I haven't got a chance to get to all of them yet, just due to time constraints, but hopefully I will. But there's been some pretty interesting stuff going on. Like, as a lot of you guys know, the Siege War for Cybertron series is kind of has like a very G1 aesthetic. And you know, they announced a couple months ago that there is going to be a Netflix series. I think it's Transformers War for Cybertron, I believe is what it is. That's scheduled to come out in 2020, which they have slated 6 episodes for season 1, but that's, you know, quite some time away. And from what I understand, that's the Transformers War for Cybertron. So I'm assuming that's going to be. I don't know if any art has been released for that, or just what the character is going to look like. But I'm assuming that those are going to look similar to the Siege War for Cybertron series. But along with that, there's also the comic book that just got released in mid-March. So this is published by IDW, and it is written by Brian Ruckley. So admittedly, I have never been huge into comics. As a kid, I was more into baseball cards and football cards, so I never really got really big into comics. I would get them here and there, but I thought this was just a very unique time to where I've been really enjoying and picking up and collecting the Siege War for Cybertron Transformer toy line, and they released this comic book series kind of like right in line with it. And as you can see from the this is the first issue that got released, I think, in mid-March 2019. So just last month this came out, and you can see the comic is just named Transformers. So it's not Transformers War for Cybertron, Transformers Siege. It doesn't have any of that in the title, but as you can see from the aesthetics, it is pretty much mirrors what the Megatron and Optimus Prime look like in the series so far. So we're just going to kind of take a look at this guy. We'll flip through him and just get a feel for it. And then just before we do that, this is kind of like a prelude to, I guess, G1 Transformers. It's supposed to stay close. It's supposed to be pretty true to the G1, and this storyline is supposed to be canon. But this is actually like a precursor. So this takes place before the original Transformer G1 series. It's kind of back when there was actually peace on Cybertron and Megatron, and this is actually Orion Pax, not even Optimus Prime. We're actually friends. So it's pretty interesting, and we'll be very curious to see where this storyline goes in the future. I may or may not be covering more of these going forward, but I'll just kind of give you a brief overview of this one. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Alright guys, and like I said, this is issue number 1. A bold new era, Transformers, like I said, very Siege War for Cybertron. I mean, it definitely is the Siege War for Cybertron series, which it's kind of like, I don't know why they didn't name it something different. Just for, well, touch on this real quick. This is actually issue number 2. It has Chromia on the front cover. So I basically went to my local comic store and just snagged both of these last week and signed up. They put me on basically like the list to where they'll give me a call when the next issue comes out. I think it's going to be bi-monthly. That's what I believe it is. I have no idea how long this is supposed to go, but like I said, it is supposed to be canon, and it's supposed to, like, they're claiming that it's going to be pretty interesting as far as just rewriting some things as far as the Transformers series. But and like when you open up, you can see story so far. Before an endless war raged between the Autobots and the Decepticons, before Orion Pax took over the mantle of Optimus Prime, before Earth ever learned about the strange robotic alien beings from Cybertron, the Transformers. there was peace. There was society. There was wonder. Join us now at the dawn of a bold new era. So it's pretty exciting. I've been researching and just picking up a lot of Transformer comics of late, and then to find out about this was just the timing for me personally was just awesome. So if you've been picking up the Siege toy line as well, it's something you may want to consider taking a look at. But in the beginning, it'll kind of show you like all the characters that are actually in this issue. And I don't see that it shows that in the second. Oh yeah, it actually does in the second one too. So you got Rumble, Bumblebee, Windblade, Orion Pax, Ironhide, and Megatron. The thing that's kind of like curious to me is that like this looks like the Siege Voyager class Optimus Prime, but his name is Orion Pax, and just curious as to why it's. I mean, are they going to come out with an Orion Pax one? I don't know. Like I know as far as like right now they haven't announced like a Bumblebee for the Siege line. I don't think Windblade neither. So they have Megatron and Ironhide, and this is obviously, like I said, this is obviously Optimus. But I'm curious about these guys, if they're going to release figures for them or not. Interesting thing on the cover is, as you can see, Optimus has his Autobot logo on his shoulder, but Megatron doesn't have his Decepticon symbol. So this actually predates the Decepticons. But kind of how it starts off, I'll give you a little just overview. So it kind of has like, you have Rumble. Rumble is like a newly made Transformer, and he is just kind of just staggering around Cybertron, very curious, very not knowing what's going on, and kind of Bumblebee is his like seems like his mentor, to where he kind of shows him around, kind of tries to teach him the ways of what being like an Autobot and Transformer is. So he's very, very young. Rumble is, like I said, he's just newly made Transformer, and then they come up on he kind of is very curious and gets into trouble, and like I said, it's a moment where Bumblebee is just kind of trying to teach him, and then they kind of run up on Windblade, and then they kind of are just roaming around together, the three of them, Windblade, Bumblebee, and Rumble. And then this is kind of like where things kind of show where things are starting to go awry, where you have Optimus Prime and Ironhide, and there's going to be a meeting between not Optimus Prime, Orion and Megatron. So it seems like things are kind of like, there's like kind of riots going on to some degree, and Orion is just kind of trying to warn Megatron to not push things any farther out of hand than they are. I think Megatron is preparing to do some kind of a speech, and Orion is kind of worried that he's going to get the people riled up and cause a lot of issues. So as you can see, they are somewhat friends, but this kind of is the beginning, seems like, of where they're starting to split up. And then it kind of goes back to Rumble and Bumblebee and Windblade, and they're going off just searching for stuff, and then they run into some issue, and that's kind of where they're looking for somebody else, and then they go to investigate, and things kind of go awry, and that's basically the end of the episode. Yeah, Brainstorm. So they're looking for Brainstorm, and that's about it. So it's a pretty short first issue, but it kind of gives you, look at that. Yeah, I really like that artwork in there. Gives you kind of an idea of what's going on here. Really nice artwork in here, and like I said, if you're a fan of the Siege War for Cybertron series, it's maybe something you'd like to check out and take a look at. I know I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to keep picking them up until I maybe just become uninterested, but pretty exciting for me. But that's it for this episode, guys. Like I said, the first 2 issues are out. The next issue should come out, I think, sometime in like another week. I think maybe next Wednesday or something like that is when the next issue comes out. I may go over issue number 2. We'll see, time permitting. Like I said, I don't know if you guys really want me to go over all these issues or not. I kind of just wanted to inform you all about them so you can go out and grab them for yourself. But very cool stuff, guys. But yeah, just give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.